Most people get this wrong when starting a company in Ghana. They think the process is just filling a form, paying a fee, and getting a certificate. But here's the truth no one tells you. If you miss one legal step, your business can be delayed, rejected, or blocked when you try to open a bank account or operate officially. And that is exactly what we are going to fix today. Because in this video, you are going to learn how to start a company in Ghana, step by step in 2026 in a way that actually works in real life. We will break everything down clearly, from choosing your company type, registering with the Registrar General's Department, getting your tax identification number, opening a bank account, and avoiding the mistakes that silently destroy new businesses. And stay with me, because in a minute I'll also show you the most overlooked legal step that many entrepreneurs skip in Ghana, and it later causes serious problems when they try to scale. Let's start from the beginning. In Ghana, company registration is mainly handled by the Office of the Registrar of Companies, which is often called the Registrar General's Department. This is the official body that gives your company legal identity. But before you even think about registration, there is a decision that affects everything else. You need to choose your business structure. This is where most beginners make mistakes. They rush into registration without understanding the legal differences, and later, they face tax or liability issues. There are three main types of business structures in Ghana. The first is a sole proprietorship. This is owned by one person. It is simple to start, but here is the problem. There is no legal separation between you and the business. That means if your business has debts or legal issues, you are personally responsible. The second is a partnership. This is when two or more people own and run the business together. It is flexible, but responsibility is shared, and disagreements between partners can create problems. The third and most important structure is a limited liability company. This is the most common choice for serious businesses in Ghana. Why? Because it creates a separate legal identity. The company becomes its own entity, separate from you. Now here is where it gets interesting. If you plan to scale your business, hire employees, attract investors, or work with international clients, a limited liability company is almost always the best option. So for this guide, we will focus on that structure. Now the next step is choosing your company name. This may sound simple, but it is actually one of the most important early steps. Your company name must be unique and approved by the Registrar General's Department. If your name is too similar to an existing company, it will be rejected. Many people make a mistake here. They choose a name they like without checking availability first. Then they waste time restarting the process. So what should you do instead? Prepare at least 3 to 5 name options before you begin. That way, if one is rejected, you can immediately move to another without delay. Now once your name is approved, you move to the next stage, which is actual company registration. In Ghana, this is done through the online registration system of the Registrar General's Department. You will be required to fill out incorporation forms and provide details about your company. This includes company name, business activities, registered address, directors, and shareholders. Now let's slow down here because this part confuses many beginners. A director is the person who manages the company. A shareholder is the person who owns the company. One person can be both, but legally, they are different roles. For example, John may own 100% of a company and also manage it. That is fine. But in the registration documents, both roles must still be clearly stated. If you mix this up, your application may be delayed or require correction. Now, you will also define your share structure. This is very important. In a limited liability company, ownership is divided into shares. For example, one person can own 100%, or two people can split ownership like 70% and 30%. Now, here is the key insight. Your share distribution affects decision-making, profit sharing, and future investment opportunities. If you plan to bring investors later, your share structure becomes extremely important. So do not treat this as a formality. Once your documents are ready, you submit your application through the official system. Now here is where patience matters. The Registrar General's Department will review your application. If everything is correct, you will receive your certificate of incorporation. This is your official proof that your company legally exists in Ghana. But we are not done yet. Because now comes one of the most important steps that many people ignore. Tax registration. In Ghana, every company must register with the Ghana Revenue Authority, also known as GRA.I. This is where you get your tax identification number, commonly called TIN. Without a TIN, your company is not fully operational. You cannot open a business bank account, issue invoices, or comply with tax requirements. So how does it work? You apply for a TIN using your company details and incorporation certificate. Once approved, your business becomes recognized for tax purposes. Now here is a common mistake. Many new entrepreneurs delay tax registration because they think it can wait. But in Ghana, tax registration is part of the legal foundation of your business. Delaying it can lead to penalties or operational limitations. Now let's move to the next step, which is opening a business bank account. This step is critical because your company must not operate using personal accounts. To open a business account in Ghana, you will need your incorporation certificate, TIN certificate, company constitution documents, and identification of directors. Now here is something many beginners do not realize. Banks in Ghana evaluate the nature of your business before approving the account. That means your business description must be clear and consistent across all documents. If there are inconsistencies, your application can be delayed or rejected. Now, let's talk about another important area. Licenses and permits. This is where many new businesses run into problems. Depending on your business type, you may need additional licenses from regulatory bodies or local authorities. For example, if you are starting a food business, import company, financial service, or construction business, you may need special approvals. Skipping this step is a common mistake. Many people register a company but forget operational licenses. Then when they start operating, they face inspections or fines. So always check your industry requirements before launching. Now let's bring everything together with a simple example. Imagine Alex, an entrepreneur from India, wants to start a trading company in Accra, Ghana. He chooses a limited liability company, prepares his documents properly, and submits his name for approval. Because he follows the correct steps, his registration goes smoothly. He receives his certificate, registers with ERA for tax, gets his TIN, opens a business bank account, and applies for necessary licenses. His setup is smooth because he followed the system step by step. Now compare that with Jake, who rushes everything. He chooses a name without checking, mixes up director details, delays tax registration, and ignores licensing requirements. Later, he faces delays, corrections, and extra costs. This is the difference between doing it right and doing it twice. Now here is a key insight most people never hear. The real success of company formation in Ghana is not just registration. It is compliance. That means keeping your company active with taxes, filings, renewals, and proper records. Many businesses fail not because they were not registered correctly, but because they ignored compliance after registration. So once your company is set up, your responsibility does not end. It actually begins. Now let's quickly summarize everything so it stays clear. First, choose your business structure. Second, reserve your company name. Third, register your company with the Registrar General's Department. Fourth, receive your certificate of incorporation. Fifth, register with the Ghana Revenue Authority and get your TIN. Sixth, open a business bank account. And finally, apply for any required licenses. If you follow these steps in order, you avoid most legal problems and delays. And here is the final takeaway. Starting a company in Ghana is not complicated, but it requires accuracy. Every step depends on the one before it. If you rush or skip steps, you will face problems later. So take your time, follow the process carefully, and build your business on a strong legal foundation. If you found this guide helpful, like the video, comment with your business idea, and subscribe for more clear, practical, step-by-step business guides from around the world.